Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Tech and Production. Today I'm Bancroft, being joined by Jake today.
What's going on, y'all?
And I gotta get out of the way. I hate these mats. I hate them so much.
They look great.
Not on camera, they don't.
No, they look better in person, I will admit.
Yes, in person these mats are phenomenal, but outside that, these are horrible mats to record with. Then again, we don't have the correct lighting at our shop too, and that might be a factor. But
I think it's the material they're made out of, but
it definitely is. It most definitely is.
I love my mat. It may or may not be the fact that it's a champion mat, but I love this mat.
Sure. But today we are actually doing our second rounds at our locals. Jake, you're playing the Broly swap deck. Any changes from last week?
So I took out the one copy of Paragus and added Dark Duo Babidi. Hopefully, I can restand Servants with that if I get to play it off the Piccolo Jr. and maybe get a surprising swing.
Okay, I like that. And Dende Wish is what Jordan's playing.
Yeah, Traitor Dende.
Traitor Dende. I cannot remember the exact name for it. Okay, cool. So, it's an old deck, but Jordan has been to the shop for a while. So, I mean, I think he has like Traitor Dende made, and he has Shuffle Time made.
Yeah, this Traitor Dende has been updated with some of the newer cards, and it's really interesting to see how this older archetype interacts with something like Red Broly.
I will say it was very interesting playing against it using Agent of Destruction. Because I played against Jordan in the first round.
Yeah.
Go on real quick.
I was going to say, you forget just how many tools that the Wish decks have.
Oh, yeah. So, real quick, let's get into this duel because it's already started, though. Like always, enjoy, like, subscribe, buttons. And you start off with one of the typical plays for Broly. You activate your main to go looking for a 1-drop extra. Unfortunately, you had to pull Planet Vampa this time.
Yeah. No Vampa in hand, and no 1-drop Broly, at least in my initial hand. But there's one from the Vampa,
which isn't bad. That's not the tournament. That's not the tournament pack window.
No. Unfortunately, had to discard the Double Strike Kai, as much as I dislike doing that, but just had to happen this game.
I mean, the Broly swaps just flood so big, though. I don't think it's necessary. So my real question is, one of the good things about Broly swap, and we'll see as this duel goes on, is that you just flood the field of aggro and rip cards from your opponent's hand.
Yeah, being able to do both at the same time is huge. And unfortunately for Jordan, he had to grab balls from his life, and I was lucky enough to start the game with Bardock in my hand as well. So this is just really punishing for him very early on.
Yeah. And I didn't realize there was 2 in his life. Wow. Yeah, he resolved 4 Dragon Balls, though. That's not bad. And he already had 1 in his drop from the burst. That's not a bad beginning, though.
Yeah, he had a great start.
Now, it looks like, because Jordan's typically turn 1 also is to play the 1-star ball. Like he did not have it this time.
Looks like he's weighing his options. I feel like we played a friendly as well, so it's difficult for me to recall the day after which game what happened, but I know he plays one at some point. Like, he 1-starred balled me at some point.
It most likely will be his turn 2 then. Unless he bursts him. I know he used to put, I think he used to do 2 in the deck. I think he's back down to 1 with his deck.
Yeah.
So it is your turn 2. You can definitely awaken this turn, which you typically do on turn 2.
Yep. Missed on the Planet Vampa, unfortunately, that time. But once I've got the chain going, I think I'm pretty comfortable in not absolutely needing to hit something off of the planet.
Yeah.
So here I'm just explaining what this Unison does to Jordan because it is a newer card and he hasn't been at the shop. Something that I've been thinking about lately, because we have had older players returning to the game, I think at the locals level, it's not necessary, but in my opinion, it should be the culture to fully disclose to your opponent what your cards do and like how they interact with the table. Like there's a point later in this game where I explained my Awakened Broly's replacement effect to him, and I didn't have to, but I feel like if I didn't, and he spent a lot of resources to kill a Broly only to have it replaced by my leader effect for free, essentially, it would have created like a feel bad situation. And returning players don't really they're not coming to the shop looking to feel bad. They're coming to the shop looking to experience Dragon Ball again.
Unless you're apparently playing against me, like you all like to joke about, and how I have the typical Bancroft. Oh, I guess I lost this game. It's always been.
Well, I don't know. You sometimes you got to act a little bit, you know.
I've only acted once, and that was with my negate bluff.
You got me with it though, man. Was that good?
But here you are. You're going into the 4, causing him to warp cards. Wait, he warped the revival? What's going on there?
Yeah, he'll recognize it. He accidentally put it in his drop area.
Okay. Oh, because so Jordan likes to, which I mean, any Wish leader, Wish deck does. You isolate the Dragon Balls from your drop, so that way when you go and use the effect, you know where they're all at. And I'm assuming that's what happened there. He saw 2 different stacks, realized, oh wait, I just need to put them to 1 real quick.
Yeah, I think he realizes it about halfway through this turn, but it gets resolved. It doesn't have an effect on the game, I don't think.
Okay. So here he goes to the draws. You know he has. There it is. Assuming to me that, yeah, another Frieza. Yep. And now he can awaken, if correct.
Yeah, he's got all 7.
Which one is he? Okay, so there he goes. He pulls that one out real quick.
Yeah, when he saw his drop area again, he was like, oh, no, this is the one that will KO 2 of your opponent's rest moded battle cards. This is huge value for Jordan here. Yeah. He gets dual attack, double strike on this 15k and manages to pop a Broly before I'm awake. This is a huge
played it, which is definitely a good way of starting out.
So at this point, it's not looking good for me. He's pretty much mistaken.
No, that's what he did do that. He did pull the revival back to his hand, and he drew 1. He just didn't pull the ball to his hand. I just want to clarify that. We're recognizing that in case you're new to the channel and whatnot.
Yeah. Jordan and I have both played Traitor Dende, so he knew that I would recognize what he was doing when he made that play. So here I'm just explaining what Ba does when it comes to the board. Finally hit something decent off of Planet Vampa, and I opt to go get the tournament pack Broly because I need to awaken this turn because things are kind of getting out of hand.
And that would pull a ball to the field as well, won't it?
Yeah, it'll play a second ball for me, yeah.
So get you nice and ready for protection. You're going to be able to resolve a ball, go into at least to the 4-drop before you even awaken.
Unfortunately, the other one was in my life, but you really only need to see 1. And yeah, I'll have enough energy to do plenty before I even awaken.
Yeah. And unfortunately, you did go first, so you can't go straight into the 6-drop right now, which is okay.
Yeah, the in my version of Red Broly, and I don't know, you'll have to ask better players like Judah how often Red 6-drop Broly comes up for them. But for me, it's very rarely I get to use that card. Maybe I'm playing the deck incorrectly or just going too hard, but that card comes up in maybe 25% of my games.
I mean, that just shows the potential for Broly, though.
Yeah. You don't even get to the top of the mountain and you're still claiming victory as far as your chain goes.
All right, so you clear his Frieza. About to go into the 4-drop. He has to warp a card now. Just realized he never brought that card back to his hand.
Yeah, I'm explaining to him that he didn't, and he's just going to elect to keep it there, if I remember correctly. I was like, you can just keep that one there if you want. He's like, yeah, I'll do that.
I mean, he already got another one in his hand from the Dragon Radar. So here you go, poking at his life a little bit. Is this going to be a... nope, you're swapping. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go into the 5.
Wasn't sure if you got another unison or not.
No. I have a Kale in the drop area, a Kale in the energy, and there's one more Piccolo Jr. in deck. So there's only one copy of Kale and one copy of Piccolo Jr. left. So I'm pretty much unisoned out.
Leader's 20k crit. He gets a 5,000 boost when it swings, right? It's been a while. Yep. And he gets crit because you have a Broly BR on the board.
Exactly.
Are you going to combo? No, he took it. Hey. I wonder if he played that Golden Frieza at all tonight.
I saw it come up in a friendly, and he completely wrecked the board with it and ended up winning that game. But not with the Golden Frieza. I think he ended up winning that game with Back from Hell.
Yeah, because I know in my duel with Jordan, we were doing a kind of a back and forth. He would focus, he would play it, kind of pop up, turn around, Hatchiak, warp his Frieza, and then put 3 Friezas back to the bottom of his deck so he couldn't use the effect again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like, I hardly ever play Hatchiak, but against my duel against Jordan, I was playing Hatchiak just to keep those Friezas from his drop. I think it was Hatchiak that has the bottom 3 battle cards.
I don't remember which one it is.
All right, so Jordan's at 3 life. He does have a revival. He's going to play it real quick. Is he going to play the same one, or is he going to play another one?
Yeah, just in case he wanted to play the same one, I didn't swing with my 5-drop here.
Now, see, this is rough. Because you don't want the Broly's on the board. Now, granted, that's the tournament pack. I mean, if he played the tournament pack Broly in rest mode, is it do you immediately crit the life, or is that a choice?
The way I understand it, it says crit 1 life, semicolon, you may play 1 ball from deck. So anything, like, the way it's worked on cards in the past, like 8-drop or 5-drop Hatchiak, however you want to think about that card, any auto before the semicolon is optional because the stuff before the semicolon is the cost. So I wouldn't have to activate it if he played it from my hand, but there's a case to be made that maybe I would. Maybe it's better just to have a 3rd blocker on field than another point of life.
Yeah. I would say also, it probably wouldn't have been a bad idea to play the Raditz instead.
We talked about it after the game, and he had decided that that was a misplay on his part. He should have played the Raditz in rest mode and picked it off with the leader or something.
Yeah. Now, granted, you had 2 balls. Would you protect it, the super combo?
Probably. I feel like I have enough board presence at this point that I could sacrifice 1 ball to protect it, but if he swung it twice, I'd let it go.
Well, I mean, we do have the max power command in your hand, which you could just warp 4 cards to put it back in your hand for next turn.
Yeah, the thing is, he could come out of nowhere with those double strike dual attackers, and my hand size is so low that I would feel safer holding back on max power to protect my life rather than protect my battle cards.
That's fair, yeah. I assume he's swinging to your lead.
Yep, I'll block it.
And truth be told, That freezes double strike, right? I can't remember what these freezes are.
Clan of Terror is double strike.
So I assume with this attack, you take it, or at least you combo out of it instead. And you save the other blocker for the double strike.
Most likely. I took it here.
All right, so now he's maxed. He's powered up his leader.
And he'll get to go put a Frieza of his choosing in the drop area.
Yeah. I guess it didn't matter. Because that's not one he could play.
No, I think he ran out of targets that he was looking for. Maybe they were in his life.
Oh, he passed out swinging. Okay. Then again, if he would have swung, you could have cleared the next board if you didn't think you could beat him this turn.
Right. Max Power is just so versatile and comes up.
You got max power, yeah.
All the time. Yeah.
You don't need to worry about hitting it. You just bamp it.
So there's the Dark Duo Bobbity. With Piccolo dead, it just ends up in the energy.
Yeah. And I understand the whole Paragon. Like, it's a free play blocker from your hand. Sorry, not blocker. Combo card. But you're never gonna want to use the effect to pop a Broly BR to draw a card. Because that messes your chain up. Now, I cannot remember the leader's effect. Does the leader's effect... Hang on. Did you stand your 3-drop up?
Did I?
Yeah, you just swung the 3-drop.
Oh, well, whoops.
Way to misplay, Jake.
Yeah, no, that's terrible.
Now, based on what he does here, this just determines if, you had other cards in your hand. We saw them earlier.
Yeah, at this point, I can swap into the 6 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that attack really affects things, but it is regrettable that I forgot that it shouldn't stand back up.
You even had double strike. Okay, you know what? There we go.
Yeah.
Not saying that fixes everything, but you had the 4-drop here. That's another attack, and I think he just said that's game.
Yeah, he scores here.
So, you still had the resources you need to win. You even had a Piccolo that you could have paid. Oh, well, no, it cost 3 energy.
Yeah, well, playing the turn differently, I could have hard cast it. But yeah, again, forgot that Broly doesn't restand. Servant's a weird mechanic.
Yeah. But, nonetheless, you had the hand support there to still snag that win, just in case.
Yeah, with 4 extra cards in his hand, I don't know how much there was available for him to do.
But yeah, good duel. You go to the finals. Good job.
All right.
Again, second week in a row. Jake, you need to stop bringing this deck.
Oh, I will. Well, if my mail would get here, I will play other decks. But if my mail doesn't get here, then I guess I'll play Red Broly again.
Oh, fair enough. I'll just play the counter to Red Broly.
Maybe I'm gaming you. Maybe I'm secretly building Sin Shinron as we speak.
Well, the counter, in my opinion, is Gotenks.
Yeah?
But I don't play Gotenks anymore. Come on now. All right, with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Jake, thanks for joining us. Any last words?
If you want to win, you have to practice, and servant cards remain in rest mode during your charge phase.
Yeah, they do. And with that being said, thank you all once again. And like always, read your cards, Jake, know your plays, and fluff out.